Hey guys.
We're here on Throwback Thursday to do a Patronal request. In Flames, this Patronal right here. Let's just check out the Inborn Lifeless, vocals by Per Gillenbeck. Alright, so Subterranean it is. Are you ready for this In Flames?
Yeah.
Alright, let's check this out. I mean, there's no point on prolonging this, right? It's just In Flames, it's In Flames. Wow. All right. In Flames, the Inborn Lifeless.
You may call me a little bit crazy on this one.
All
right? But when it was doing that and it was like a galloping speed, right? It reminded me of like old Insiferum.
Yeah, I can see that.
Oh, so
I can see that. I mean, I didn't think about that when I was listening to it. You know what I was thinking? I was thinking about a conductor.
No, the galloping speed and the way it was, it kind of reminded me of like old Insiferum. Or like old bands that are like Insiferum. So like kind of.
I know I didn't think about it when I was listening to it, but I can't totally disagree with you.
Yeah, and I think thinking about that while it was happening, it also like gave me a little bit more of a pep, because that's what Insiferum does to me. It gives me like a little bit of a pep. And having that mixed in with obviously
especially like Insiferum for like from the first 2 to 3 first albums, I would say.
Yeah.
After that, they start to change a little bit of their soundscape. It changed, not a little bit, it changed quite a bit after that. But I would say the first 2, maybe 3 Insiferum albums.
Insiferum.
Yeah. I can see that. Yeri and Sephirim. Totally. Okay. I didn't think about it. I was thinking more about a conductor. But I can see that.
And that mixed in with obviously that mixed in with Inflamed, that was really nice to hear. It was like kind of like a breed.
Even the vocals, though, it had a little bit of that early Insephirim vibe, too.
Yeah.
Because they're a little bit heavier. They have a little bit more of a
graspiness
to them. They're a little bit more stretched out. So even that had a little bit in there. So nice take. Why do you think say you're crazy? It's not completely insane.
It's not completely insane. Yeah, it's not like I said, you know what? Kind of remind me of like old Sabaton. No. Like that would have been.
What's the difference between old Sabaton and new Sabaton?
It's nothing. It's nothing.
Exactly.
Unlike In Flames,
I'm not shitting on Sabaton at all.
They're able to stay consistent.
Yeah, it's not like you said, "Well, this sounds like Limp Bizkit." I would be like, "What the fuck? Like, what's wrong with you?" Okay, maybe then you're like, "Okay, maybe Limp Bizkit." Okay, maybe not that. Maybe Marilyn Manson. And I'll be like, what? That's even worse. I mean, like you're going now. Okay, maybe not Marilyn Manson.
Not Marilyn Manson.
Maybe
Ray Charles had a little bit of
Ray Charles. How the fuck do you go from Limp Bizkit,
Marilyn Manson and then Ray Charles? Yeah, that's the.
Fuck. That's quite the slippery slope.
You don't want to hit the road, Jack.
No, that's quite the slippery slope you got going on there. But anyways, I see that vibe that you picked up. I'm with you. I'm with you. Outside of that vibe, what else you have to say about the song?
I enjoyed it. I mean, like I said, it was for me. It was that perfect breed of both kind of old Insephirim and In Flames. So to me, it was a nice listen. It had me, going fast paced, like how old In Flames has me hyped. But then it also had me galloping.
Yeah, the guitar sound, the guitar riff had a little bit of an intrinsic folkiness to it that has this overly melodic forward motion to it, for lack of a better way of explaining it. I feel like
half of my vibe throughout the song was intense In Flames, and whenever it would go to that, it was old Insephirim, me going very skipping type vibe, the galloping guitar.
And I hate to bring this back up again because we've talked about this in previous videos and everybody talks about this all the time. But imagine showing this song to a person who's never heard of In Flames and then showing like This Is Our House side by side. There's no way anybody's going to say that that's the same band. I know a lot has changed as far as band members are concerned and all of that between this and now and then, whatever. But wow, talk about a band that's gone from one point of the spectrum to a completely different point of the spectrum. I mean, those two songs, these two things are not even like remotely connected with one another. So it's really interesting when you start to see that. You were talking about Sabaton being a band that stayed consistent. There's so many bands out there like that, like Anthrax, Slayer.
Which is not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing. A lot of bands find that this is their... I mean, it's hard for a band that's like Slayer, or Anthrax or Megadeth,
start making something different.
Yeah, that's their pocket, that's their genre. They may dab a little bit here and there with a song here and there, or an album that goes a little bit outside the box, like Slayer had that old covers album, that kind of stuff like that. So they may do stuff like that, but they're always going to come back to that bread and butter that their sound is. This has definitely not been a band that followed that pattern. These guys have changed through times with the times,
and they're changing with the times.
I think if you listen to an In Flames album 10 years from now, it's going to sound completely different from what they sound today.
I feel like whatever is more,
because I feel like they change with whatever the mood is,
the new popular thing is,
whatever the mood is.
They went through that new metal phase.
Yeah, they had melodic death metal. They went into like new metal, metalcore. Like I feel like they're a band that doesn't have a defined genre to them. They have like eras of In Flames, and each era comes with its own sound, with its own genre. Yeah, I think so. I think they're one of those bands, and there's nothing wrong with either one or the other. I mean, to each his own. You're free to do whatever.
Sometimes change is good.
Yeah, but this early stuff, it always has this very, very raw sound to it. Not polished, not overly produced. The drums, the guitars, everything feels like you're listening to them in the jam session, and they just freaking press record and let's just fucking jam it out, and then whatever you record, that's what you end up with. It doesn't feel overly cleaned and overly polished. It always has this dirt around it, if you will, rugged. It has a rugged nature to the sound, which is something that I really like. You can also hear it in the drums, because the drums sometimes feel a little bit flat. They don't have that oomph Like you know what I mean? They
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
that thickness to it. They feel a little bit flatter out, but it helps out the melodic side of the guitars because the melodic side of the guitars is super driven. So having the drums follow that same nature makes the song overall feel like it's almost running away from you, and you're always trying to catch up to it. So it has that kind of style to it. All right, this was Good in Flames. It's always Good in Flames on Throwback Thursdays.
Yeah.
So on that note, guys, thank you for keeping the In Flames dream alive and well on Throwback Thursdays, and we'll see you guys tomorrow on another video. Take care.
See ya.